In the official trailer of Wonder Woman, she makes this statement: "I used to want to save the world, this beautiful place, but the closer I get, the more I see the great darkness that's within." It's as if she's talking about Matthew 5 here. And I'll get to that in a minute. Even though the world is beautiful and wonderful, and it is, there's still great darkness that lies within. Almost every news headline that we read today just reminds us of how dark of a place this world really is. Politics does it, social media does it. It's like a petri dish of darkness. I mean, no wonder Wonder Woman struggles to want to save it, and it is a wonder that Jesus in fact does. Because the closer we get to this world, the darker it gets. And this had to have been in Jesus' mind when he delivered the Beatitudes to open the Sermon on the Mount. So I want to frame Matthew 5's context. Rome's in charge. You bow to the boot of Rome for everything. Your access to money or healthcare or worship or public services or entertainment, it all funnels through Rome. Jesus is living during a terribly oppressive time for people outside of political power. So it's in this context that Jesus shows up and begins to preach. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are those who mourn. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness' sake. With these words, Jesus pushes back hundreds of years of hate, hundreds of years of self-doubt. With these words, Jesus pushes back decades of the status quo. And he's doing it really in two ways, and both is what I want you to hear from me today. First, we need to know that in Matthew's gospel, the thing that Jesus is most concerned about is the new realm of God. And Matthew describes it in two realms. Like Wonder Woman, the first realm, it's here on earth. It's dark, it's sinful. The second realm is coming to earth. It's God's new kingdom to come. It's God bringing to earth that which is in heaven. And Jesus inaugurates this new realm. So secondly, we need to know that in Matthew 5, Jesus is using a code word, blessed. He's not the only one that uses this word in the first century. If someone is considered blessed, they're considered to be worthy of the realm. The religious leaders are blessed by Rome. Centurions are blessed to have their post. Caesar offers blessings and bestows decision-making powers to those he deems worthy of the realm. To be blessed means you have a place within the realm. This is the most important thing you can hear in this devotion. To be blessed means you have a place within the realm. Jesus uses the same political language that Caesar uses to vilify and overlook the lives of so many, but Jesus uses it to welcome and to love. Jesus opens the Sermon on the Mount by taking the rejected and the broken. He looks at the unworthy and the unnamed, and he says, "Blessed are you. Blessed are you, peacemakers. Blessed are you who hunger and thirst for a better life. Blessed are you who mourn and are meek. Blessed are you who are poor in spirit and dejected and alone. Blessed are you, for you have a place within my realm." I can't love this more. Think about the single mother whose kids have been rejected by society. She's sitting on the grass, rocking her twin girls, feeling her future won't matter ever again, and then she sees and hears Jesus say, "Blessed are you, single mom, who's poor in spirit, who's been broken by society and culture and religion and politics. Blessed are you, for the kingdom of heaven is yours." Now think about the senior adult sitting just a few rows back on the countryside. Now 3 years ago, he lost his wife. He can't work. Disease has racked his body. The government won't help. The religious leaders tell him he's too sinful to cure. He lives every day as if it's his last. Think about what he hears Jesus say. "Blessed are you, sir, who mourns. You will be comforted in the new realm. Think about the teenage father who goes to work every day trying to provide. He doesn't try to fight the system. He doesn't resist. He's a nobody from nowhere and he knows it. But he cares for his family. He tries to provide, but he can't seem to make ends meet. Think what he hears from Jesus on the countryside. Blessed are you, young dad, who chooses to be meek. You will inherit the earth. Think about the widowed woman who lost her husband to a war that she didn't agree with, and now she spends her days raising awareness, organizing marches, fighting for people who don't have enough to eat or a voice in the public square. Think about what she hears from Jesus on the countryside. Blessed are you, ma'am, for you hunger and thirst for righteousness. Your faith and tenacity and morality and equal rights, it's endearing, for in God's realm, you will be filled. Now think about the Roman centurion who's overlooking this scene, feeling convicted by Jesus' words. Think about what he hears. Blessed are you, officer, for you're merciful. In God's realm, you too will receive mercy. Think about all the children running around on the hillside, overhearing Jesus wax poetic. Think about what those little ears hear. Blessed are you, children, for you are the pure in heart. You deserve a world better than what's in the first realm. You deserve something more. But on this side of eternity, we have failed you. We offered you war and pain, and when you grow up, it won't get easier. But in God's new realm, you will be blessed, for you will see God. Think about all the people from out of town who came all this way looking for peace. People crossing the Jordan or from around the Mediterranean. Thousands on the hillside looking to build a life that no longer segregates or hurts or hates. Think about what they hear from God. Blessed are you, peacemakers, for you will be called children of God. Now think about the disciples and the women who choose to follow Jesus' ministry day in and day out. Think about what they hear from God. Blessed are you who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. And then lastly, think about that refugee family. The mom and dad who fled war, terror, disease. They headed south from Damascus through the Golan Heights. Think about their little children having to leave everything they owned behind except a baby doll and the clothes on their back. Think about what they hear from God on the hillside that day. Blessed are you, sweet family, for when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely, rejoice if you can, sweet family. Be glad if you can, sweet family, for your reward is great in the second realm. I'm sorry for how you've been treated now, but in the same way you've been persecuted, the prophets before you were too. Honestly, I can't love the opening to Matthew 5 more. These Beatitudes aren't imperatives reminding us to be more mournful or more poor or being more poor in spirit. That's just not the goal of this passage. The Beatitudes are declarative statements, saying if you feel like you're thirsting for righteousness, if you feel like you're being persecuted, rest assured, when the second realm comes, you'll have a place with God. And I think Jesus says the same thing to you and me today. These words apply. Jesus is looking out at all of us and declaring, you who carry pain, you who feel broken, you who think you don't matter, you do. And you have a place with me in the second realm. I mean, Jesus is saying you aren't too small in God's realm. You aren't too broken for God's new future. And when it comes, you'll be blessed. When it comes, you'll have enough. When it comes, you're welcomed just as you are. So we can bring our tired bodies, our wounded spirits, our broken shame. It will be enough.